All right, guys, we made it. We made it to the Switch presentation. It was an hour, a jam-packed hour with all kinds of stuff. And now we know a lot more about the Switch than we did just 24 hours ago. But of course, like I said yesterday, that just means we're going to have more questions. Uh, we've had a little bit to process what happened in the presentation, and I figured I'd do this quick version of talking points. And I thought a good idea to do would be, let's say, positives and negatives. I'll give three positives from the event for me personally, and three negatives. Okay, so positive number one for me is that Super Mario Odyssey. What is what is going on in that game? It it looks absolutely insane in all amazing ways. It seems like Nintendo said it's a return to more of the open world Mario game, and they literally mean open world. Like Mario's in like some kind of strange New York City, and then he's in like some crazy landscape that's like weird geometry, and it had like everything. It was insane. I couldn't, like, as I was watching the trailer, it just got more and more nuts, and I was like, this is crazy, and I really want it badly. I need to watch that trailer again and again and again and again because I was absolutely blown away. And speaking of amazing trailers, I've wanted The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild since it was first hinted at coming out, and this new trailer, it's one of the most beautiful trailers I think Nintendo's ever done. That musical score that's going along with it, and the level of storytelling that looks like is going on. It seems like Nintendo's really kicked it up a notch. It was amazing, and the just the scope of the gameplay and the areas and all the different stuff you can do. Like it was nice to get like a new look at some of the stuff in the game that we haven't seen before, and there's just so much to it. It sounds dumb to say as a Nintendo fan, but this from the trailers looks like it could be the best Zelda yet. The trailer only enhanced all the feelings I already had before, and now it's going to make the wait until launch that much more difficult. And probably one of my most favorite pieces of the whole presentation was the secret hidden away inside the Joy-Cons. We heard that there was one more secret, and there definitely was. Nintendo's calling it HD Rumble, and it provides more tactile sensations than your regular Rumble does in a controller. And it seems like it's very finely detailed and very specific and can mimic all kinds of different feelings. And I am all about that. That's the kind of like unique, weird, crazy, different Nintendo that I absolutely love. And watching them demonstrate that stuff, it gave me feelings of like when I was watching them first show off the Wiimote. And 1-2 Switch, the game that obviously is going to be the centerpiece for what the Joy Cons can do. It's just so quintessential Nintendo. I just love that idea. It's something only you'd only get from Nintendo. It's such a weird and wacky and fun idea. I am so eager to try that out myself. I can't wait to see what each one of those little games feels like when I'm holding the Joy Cons. Everything I saw about that and the Joy Cons having that ability themselves, just it really, really got me excited. So, like everything in life, there's ups and downs, and it's all about yin and yang and duality and stuff like that. So, I'm going to look at the flip side of the coin and talk about three things that I didn't find too impressive. The one that really stuck out to me was the pricing of the accessories. Now, I understand that the Joy-Cons seem to have, very special technology in them for the HD Rumble, but still, the controllers are and the accessories in general are a bit pricey. So if you're going for a Joy-Con, a pair of Joy-Cons, that could be the red ones, the blue ones, or the gray. It doesn't matter. They are, if you're buying two together in a package, that's $80. And then on top of that, if you wanted to buy another dock for your TV, another Switch dock to drop off on another TV, that's $90. The controllers I can almost rectify. The dock blows me away. I thought the dock would be cheap, and it's $90. I could be real dumb here because I don't know what really goes into the dock and where they're getting to that price point, but it seems like a lot, and I was really excited about potentially having different docks set up at different TVs, and if they were cheap, I would go out and buy a couple of them, but now I'm probably going to hold off. So what I'm also confused about is what comes out day one. I want to know when I buy my Switch what I will be able to play on it. I want to know what games are going to be there ready for me to pick up. Nintendo showed a lot of stuff, but they also said a lot of it wasn't going to be there day one. And they weren't really too clear on the titles that would be available right out the gate. So I went over to Nintendo.com and I put together a list that they have of titles that are listed for March release. And just because it says March doesn't mean it's going to be there on day one, but that's as close as I can get to day one outside of very specific titles like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and 1-2 Switch. Those titles are launch titles, without a doubt. March 3rd, you'll be able to get them. And the only other ones that are listed for March are I Am Setsuna, Has Been Heroes, Just Dance 2017, Snipper Clips, Super Bomberman R. That's it. Those are the only titles listed for March. Now there's ones in April and stuff like that, but as far as day one, I mean, let me see here. My list: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 titles potentially for day one. That's all that Nintendo has listed right now. So are there more than that, or is that what we can expect at best on day one? The only other thing that it doesn't really bother me because I play at home, but I can understand it being a sore point for people, is the battery life. There was discussion of battery before the system came out, and people were worried it wasn't going to be too hot. And that's the case depending on what you're playing. Nintendo says the battery can last for more than 6 hours, and it depends on what you're playing and the conditions of whatever else you're doing on the system. So they give an example of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. They say that can be played for roughly 3 hours on a single charge. So depending on how much time you get to charge, you're going to be like, well, I didn't get a full charge, so if I play Zelda, I'm only going to get an hour out of the system. I guess I'll play some downloadable game instead. So like I said, I could see that being bothersome for some people, especially if you're someone that's on the go a lot. So that's it for me. That's my 3 ups and my 3 downs, my 3 positives and negatives. Like I said, I wanted to be fair and go on both sides of the spectrum and discuss the high points and low points in my mind. I mean, I'm down for the Switch. I was down for it before I saw this, and I'm still down for it. So I want to know what you guys think. How has this presentation impacted your purchase plans or your intent on picking up the system? Are you definitely jumping in on it now? Did you see something that made you decide you're not going to get it? What were your highs and lows of the presentation? Hit up the comments below and let us know what you thought. Hey guys, RMC here from Go Nintendo. If you like what you saw in the video, why don't you give us a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe? We'd love to have you. If you want to see what else we're up to, you can check out GoNintendo.com for 24-hour Nintendo news. You can visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/GoNintendo. You can check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/GoNintendoTweet. And we're even over on Instagram at instagram.com/GoNintendo. I put all the links in the description just to make it easier for you guys to follow. Thanks a lot.